At Care and Share, food safety is our #1 priority. There are 4 main areas that all food is evaluated on: condition of the item, nutritional information, expiration dates, and recall posters. This video will help you properly evaluate food that comes in through Care and Share. Now let's move on to step 1. Check for dents, bloating, and signs of rust or leakage. The depth of a dent can be measured by placing your thumb into the dent. If you cannot see your thumbnail or pointy edges are felt, then that can must be placed into the bad canned food not leaking tote. To check for bloating of a can, place it upright on the table and press on the top. If there is any movement, then air has gotten into the can and it cannot go through. Cans with a folded seam or accordion-style dent at the top or bottom may not go through. Next, make sure nutritional info is on the can. If not, then it cannot go through and gets placed in the tote labeled "Bad Canned Food Not Leaking." Check for expiration dates. There are 2 kinds of canned food: high acid and low acid. Cans containing fruits, tomatoes, or pickled items are high-acid foods and are good for up to 1 year after their expiration date. If there is no date on items containing high-acid foods, then they must be placed into the bad canned food not leaking tote. Low-acid foods are all other ingredients from vegetables to meats to beans and are good for up to 5 years after their expiration date. When encountering boxed food that is open, check to make sure the interior package is intact. If it is, then it can be placed into the good boxed food tote. If it is not, or it does not have interior packaging, then it must be placed into the bad food not leaking tote. Bagged and boxed food is good for 1 to 3 years depending on the item. Opened boxed food also needs to be taped back up before being placed into the good food tote. Water and glass items are good for up to a year, juice 6 months, and Care and Share does not accept alcoholic beverages. Items that cannot be past the expiration dates include baby food, milk substitutes and formulas such as Pedialyte, Pediasure, Ensure, and Boost, and soy products. Check for recalls by checking the food against the overhead recall boards. All items that are good must be marked through with a black marker in the same direction as the barcode lines run. This last step prevents the food from being returned to the store. If you have any questions about an item you come across while sorting, and you are unsure where it goes, please put it in the tote labeled "Questionable Tote." And remember, you can always ask a staff member or fellow volunteer for assistance. Here at Care and Share, we recycle everything. There are designated bins for cardboard and plastic, and these will be pointed out to you during your volunteer session. If you are overwhelmed with all these food safety guidelines, please don't worry. We will provide more detailed info sheets during the volunteer session, so there is no need to memorize sorting food expiration dates before volunteering. Food safety is #1, and a close second is having a great time volunteering. We make it simple and fun.